want to. What you have to do is make sure that when you go to slip the stitch, you're not going to be covering up the chain on the edge with the yarn wrapped around. So in this case, my yarn's here in the front, so I'm going to slip that purlwise so that I'm not wrapping it around and covering up the edge. Now I'm going to go to the back and I'm going to knit all the way across this row. And basically I'm just working in stockinette stitch with the garter stitches at the edges of the heel flap, and I am going to continue to slip the first stitch of every row just like I did on the other heel. And we didn't really see why that was important, but that's going to come into play later when we go back to knitting the foot of the sock. So it's a really nice feature to go ahead and slip that first stitch of every row. And here again, the way the stitch is oriented on my needle, I'm going to knit in the back so it doesn't twist to the chain. So once more across the wrong side row, slip 1, knit 3, and purl to the last 4. If you're forgetful, like I am sometimes, you can put markers inside those 4 stitches at the beginning and the end so that you don't forget to knit them. And that's up to you. So we're going to knit 4, and then slip 1, and because it's a knit row, garter stitch on the edge and stockinette stitch in the center, we just knit all the way across. And we're going to go back and forth like that. So why don't you go ahead and do that and make your heel flap so that it is a square, and then we will look at doing the French heel together. I'm going to show you here what the finished heel looks like, and you can see that we've got stockinette stitch in the middle and the garter stitch on the sides. So it just makes a little bit of a decorative element. Of course, you could knit the whole heel flap in plain stockinette stitch, slipping that first stitch of every row and not have the garter stitch on the edge. That's definitely an option. And you could work the heel flap in heel stitch, just to make it